Hello and welcome to my term project showcase. My term project is called Sudoku Survive the Doomsday. When you click the question mark, you can see the general rule for the game. The setting of the game is very interesting. The game took place in the late 23rd century, when a galaxy of aliens are invading the world, and we must solve the Sudoku to save the humans. The game has 3 levels of difficulties. The user can also determine the difficulty by themselves by choosing whether or not to run the auto-candidate mode. The user will use the keyboard to control the input, and they can use backspace to delete the value they just entered. If the value they input is not a legal value, a red dot will be drawn on the board. There are 2 hints the user can use. Hint 1 is a singleton one, which helps find all cells with only one possible legal values. And if they find the cell, a red star will be drawn at the top left of the cell. And if the user click the set button, all the single values will be set. In this case, there are no more available singletons, so it just set 4. And hint 2 is about naked tuples. When the user click B, the legal values in these cells will be banned from the related regions. For example, we can try something like these cells are in the same block, so the legal values 4 and 8 are banned in all the regions which contain legal values 4 and 8. And I use a red line to represent banning because it is more obvious. Besides the features I mentioned, the board can also have many transformations. For example, what if the user click L? The board will be transformed to a letter board, and a user can input values by pressing key from A to L, and can also run auto-candidate mode to see this. And the user can also delete the values they just entered, and hint 1 also works in this case. When the user press L again, the board will be transformed back to the number board again. If the user press T, the computer will randomly swap columns and rows to generate a new board, which contains basically the same values but in different arrangements. We can also redo or undo moves on the board by pressing the left arrow or the right arrow. By pressing the left arrow, we undo a move, and by pressing the right arrow, we redo the move. Obviously, we can also check the answer. For example, if we check answer now, it's obviously incorrect because the board is not 4, and so the game over page just shows. We can press R to start a new try. However, if the board is 4, like in this case, I just simply set all the values by hint 1, and then check the answer. Okay, congratulations, you saved the world. You win. The interesting user interface just allows us to toggle between pages, which is very convenient. Okay, that's all about my term project, and thanks for watching.